Greetings again, and we're going to discuss one more case here. It's number 4, about the same problem where the parent, the one large and one small person gets together and they get to have children who have crowded teeth. And so this is what the world is full of this. Now, you can do a lot of this and start early. If you make a decision that you need to do this, taking the bicuspids out and allowing the teeth to come together that way. So let's look at number 4 as one of these cases I never did finish out, and I want to try to see here. Now this is, well, I'm going backwards again. This is, here we go. All right, number 1 case comes in and you see the cuspid right here coming in at an angle. And here's another one. And one down here is a terrific angle. And this looks almost impossible down here. This one is, the roots are going into the cortical bone down there. It's going to have a curve in it. And so this is essential to get in here early. I mean, you don't even think about sitting around and waiting until they're 12 or 14 years old. This is ridiculous. People say, should we start them? You start them when you see this beginning to form, and you inform the parents, and then you talk to them about this. This can be done, and I would show them 2 or 3 of the cases where this happens. And so this is one way to educate the parent about it. And if you're just an individual looking at these, that's good. You know, you can tell what's happening, and so go ahead and see somebody. So we're trying to put these 3 in this gap right there, and this is going to have to go way up, you see, to get this in here. And if you sit around and wait till they're 12 or 14 years old, you're going to have a major problem. Now that's the first Panorex there that we're going to see, and this is 2 February of 07. What, is that right? 07, okay. We'll take it. All right, we see that real early, and we send them in and have these teeth removed right here. Now this tooth, the root is already grown into the cortical bone, and it's turning. It's going to put a curve in it. The Panorex isn't clear over here, but this tooth is down in this area, and this is a pretty sorry Panorex that I've taken. This is number 2 of 07. It's the 8th month of 07. But this this follicle is going to push against the root of this tooth, and it'll tend to move it out in that direction. This one over here, you can't see it because of this deal, but it's doing the same thing. Same thing up here, same thing right here. Let's go now. That's 8 of 07, and we take another Panorex. Now wait a minute, this is 9 of 07. Well, I must have taken the Panorex over quick. You see this root forming, and this is going to have to it's going to be a real job getting this cuspid in, and right here, and that's doing a similar thing. All right, we'll go to number 3. All right, number 3 is 11, or that's November of 07, and look what's happened here. This tooth is curved and it's growing in a crooked manner. It's coming in, and this one is doing that too right here. Now, this tooth would be a major problem to get into there. It's still going to be a tough tough thing. And sometimes you just want to close in on you, and you'll have to bracket it up and hold this and keep this space open for these teeth to come in. But let's go and look at what happened. This is 11 of 07, and this is the 4th. All right, this is 4 of 08. So we've waited quite a time here for this to show up. And you see this tooth is turned and it's coming up in here. This would have been a major thing to do. Let me go back and look at it again. You see where it was, and now you see where the tooth goes. All right, we're going to take number 5 Panorex, and this will be, and see where we get that tooth. And that tooth makes a complete swing like this, and the root is still down on the cortical bone as it's growing up. These are cuspid teeth with long roots on them. And we're opening and holding this space now for this tooth, because we've got to wait and get it on up. And the tooth usually rises as it grows, so this tooth is going to be slow getting in. You see, this cuspid over here is rising up as the tooth grows. It moves up. This one's down here, so we've got a job waiting for that tooth to come in. So this is the 5th Panorex. And if you'd sat around waiting for stupid reasons, I don't know what it is, that we'll wait till they're 14 and they'll come in. They need to be worked on early, make space for it, and let this thing grow in the right direction. So we're going to take this another Panorex here and see this is number 5, and here's we jump to number 7. So this is moved up all this way, but we got a crook in the root. And both these teeth that were way down here, as they came up, they grew in a curvature. So what we're going to have to do is just line this crown up where it looks good and try to put this root over in this area so that the crown of the tooth will look like it's in the right place. And this is Panorex number 7, that's 9 of 09. And if you had not started on this case, you would have had a much worse situation. This can now come in, and you see we've got a little step down arch coming across there, holding that space up. And same thing over here. It would take so long for that to come up in there, that space would close up on there. So let's go and see what took place. Now that was 08, and now that's, we're going backwards. That's 07, 08, and we're that far, and this is 3 of 010, and that's the end of the case. And I am sorry I lost, or something happened. This was, and I've lost the Panorex that I took there. But we got these teeth in, and now we'll have to kind of push this root back and line this tooth up. Same thing up here. And this is, didn't have the final pictures in this. I like to show it to you. And if I ever come across it, I don't know what happened to them, but you just can't keep up with all this where you're working on there. So we've still got wisdom teeth, but you can't, this is an area up here, there's not going to be room for them. So we'll have to get this tooth up in here some way or another if we have to go after it and put it in like an impaction. And then the root will have to be kind of even like that to keep the crown going. So we'll move that root back that way. So thanks for watching, and you have to do these things early or you'll be a bigger problem than you've got in here. So I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you will join our group and subscribe to it. And hope it doesn't matter whether you're a dentist or you're just looking at something your child is coming along, so you see what a problem is developing, and somebody ought to get in here and start working by moving these teeth, by getting the follicle to push the tooth around where you want it. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to sign out and say goodbye.